Okay, welcome to a new episode of Nate's MMA Corner. I'm Nate, and if you watch my show, you're in my corner. Today's a post-fight episode of UFC 278, Usman versus Edwards. And man, this was a barn burner card. The main card. The prelims were hit and miss. The regular prelims, you had nothing but decisions, really. And then the early prelims were pretty interesting. A couple good first round finishes. Excuse me. And but yeah, this post fight is strictly just about the main card. So let's get started. To kick off the main card in the light heavyweight division, we had Tyson Pedro defeat Harry Hunsucker. This was a good, flashy finish. TKO body kick and punches. Yeah, just did his thing, and he came off, I believe, a long layoff. Let me just double check that. Um, yeah, well, not a long layoff, but a few months. So, however you want to phrase that, but yeah, so not too long, just roughly 4 months, but so not really a layoff per se, but been a little bit. That's average, I guess, right? Then in the women's bantamweight division, we have Lucy uh, Pudilova defeat Wu Yanan TKO elbows. Round two. This was a very fun fight, and yeah, Lucy dominated the first round and then finished in the second. Then in the bantamweight division, we had Merab Dvalishvili defeat Jose Aldo by decision. And man, this was not the most exciting fight, but it was impressive, very impressive win from Merab. And it puts him definitely in title contention, moves him in that top five. I believe he was number 6 going to this fight, and Aldo was ranked number 3. So he definitely moves into the top five. And I think yeah, the issue is he doesn't want to fight Aljo because they're teammates. But I think if Aljo goes to 145, it's a mistake. I think Aljo's best chance at staying champ is, or whatever you want to call it, um, yeah, is just staying at 135. I think stylistically he works well against the top 10. Um, and I don't like this whole thing of teammates not fighting each other. I think, hey, look, it's a competitive sport. It's ultimately, at the end of the day, not a team sport. It's an individual sport. And why can't they still be friends and teammates and fight each other and leave it at that? But anyways, it is what it is. So Merab is in the top five, and whether he likes it or not, he's in title contention. But maybe another win or two, and he'll get that title shot. This was pretty much grappling, him getting Aldo against the cage and making Aldo be defensive. And there was little offense on Rob, but just enough to squeak out the decision. Very impressive win, though. Then in the middleweight division, the co-main event, we had Paulo Costa defeat Luke Rockhold. And this was Luke Rockhold's, according as of right now, who knows down the line if he changed his mind, but he retired. It was his farewell match after this, and I kind of figured if he lost, he may retire. If he won, he still might have retired. Who knows? But yeah, this was a fun fight. They were both tired and both gassed, but they were both doing what they could to stay in there and just try to get a good finish. Paulo did his thing, and I thought he was going to get a knockout in the first half or so. Or no, I said on my pre-fight late in the second half or second half of the fight. But anyways, went to a decision, and Paulo won. And yeah, going into the main event, I was 4-0 on my picks. Then we get to the main event now. Segue into this main event for the UFC welterweight title. Leon Edwards defeating Kamaru Usman. KO head kick, round 5. knee deep into that fifth and final round, 4 minutes and 4 seconds into that fifth and final round. And someone next to me was like, yeah, he should just go for broke and really try to get a knockout. And that's essentially what he did. And yeah, Kamaru won rounds 2, 3, and 4, in my opinion, and Edwards won the first round. I think a rematch is warranted here, because since Usman was such a dominant champ, that him losing the belt, it makes sense to see a rematch, a trilogy, and yeah, why not have it in England, like they were talking about the post-fight press conference. Yeah, I just got done watching the post-fight show and the post-fight press conference. I had to hear everything of what everyone had to say because this main card was phenomenal. I'll probably watch a replay of this main card down the line. And yeah, I really enjoyed this card. This card, I knew that the co-main event, in my opinion, was not the most star-studded. No disrespect to both of those guys for a co-main event for a pay-per-view, because it just, where do either one of these guys go? I don't know if Paulo is ready for a rematch with Izzy, and then Luke Rockhold, if he won, so this is kind of a stagnant, co-main event, but two fun to watch fighters. I felt like maybe the Aldo fight should have been the co-main event because both guys were in the top 10, and it was more of a relevant match in terms of the division. Yeah, this main event was pretty much rounds 2, 3, and 4, and going to that fifth round was pretty much what I thought it would be. Usman out wrestling Edwards, and I knew that. I kind of thought, okay, Edwards got that takedown in the first round, but how often is that going to happen in this fight? And sure enough, yeah, the tide turned for Usman in round 2, 3, and 4. But Leon Edwards proved his durability, getting that head kick in the fifth round. And I can't wait for the trilogy. It's going to be really exciting, really fun. I enjoy watching both of these guys, and Usman has grown on me where I was anti-Usman at first, and then now I'm kind of lukewarm. Okay, I kind of sort of like him. Leon Edwards, I got to root for my Jamaican fighters. I love the country of Jamaica, and basically I got to root for my Jamaican fighters. At the end of the day, I mean, yeah, he's raised in England, but Jamaican born, and yeah, so yeah, this was a fun, awesome pay-per-view. And the co-main event got Fight of the Night, and then Leon Edwards got Performance of the Night, and Victor Altamirano from LFA fame got a performance, so good job for him, and another feather in the cap for the legacy of LFA, Legacy Fighting Alliance, league in MMA, getting another star in the UFC, essentially, because I think Victor's going to be a star in the UFC. I mean, this was his look at me, I'm in the UFC moment, getting that TKO, punches and elbows finish in the first round. So yeah, there you have it. If you haven't seen this pay-per-view, watch replay on ESPN Plus. If you don't want to order it, just wait till it gets re-aired on ESPN Plus in a couple weeks. And yeah, man, I was so stoked, with how good the fights turned out to be on this main card. Going into it, I was like, yeah, this card's gonna be interesting, and I was telling people this just for the diehards, but I think even the casuals would enjoy this card and appreciate it. I mean, I knew, me being a diehard, I would enjoy this card, but I didn't think I would enjoy it this much. Anyways, there's my thoughts and 2 cents on this card. And stay tuned for my pre-fight for Gane versus Tuivasa. I'll be doing that sometime, before the fight. Until then, see ya.